Hello friends, I hope everybody's doing well. I'm sitting outside. It's like take 5 of this video. So I'm out in the garden. I'm looking at my abundant harvest. I got echinacea and green beans and tomatoes and sweet peppers and hot peppers, and we got collards and bok choy and da-da-da-da-da. Got a lot of stuff. God has been good in our harvest. And we really have more than we need. And so I'm in a new neighborhood, and I've been using my abundance of the garden to share the love. And so I'm using that as a way to get to know my neighbors and build community. So one thing that people in my neighborhood have enjoyed is farm fresh eggs. And so I get about 6 eggs a day. And so I've been using that as an excuse that when I interact with the neighbor, I say, hey, would you like some fresh eggs? I got like 5 gallons of green beans in my kitchen right now that I just picked. Would you like some of those? And so what brought this on is today, a neighbor's dog was outside of the fence, and I knew where it was supposed to go. So I just knocked on my neighbor's door. I've never met this neighbor before. I've waved hi to him, but hadn't had the opportunity to really talk to him. And so I knocked on his door, and he's grateful that, like, oh, wow, my dog's out? Yeah, thank you so much for doing that. And so while he's out there, I was just like, hey, by the way, do you guys eat eggs? And he's like, yeah. I'm like, well, hey, I got some chickens, and I get 6 fresh eggs every day. Would you like some eggs? I got some to share with you. And he's like, oh, man, that's great. I don't really have anything I can give you for that. And I'm just like, look, man, I don't give stuff to get stuff back. You know, I have an abundance, and, you know, you're my neighbor, so I'd like to help you out if you want to enjoy some. And then, lo and behold, we're talking. He's growing peppers, he's growing some tomatoes, and we just start talking. We have something in common. It's gardening. And I'm like, oh, I got some really hot ghost peppers. You ever eaten those? No, man, I've never eaten those. I'm kind of scared to try, but I want to try. And I'm like, hey, I'll bring you over some. And he's like, well, you know what? I got some peppers. They're not really that hot, but you know, I got some cayenne, I got some this, I got some that. We can do a little bit of a trade. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. So I'm getting to know the guy already. So today I was able to use my garden to meet someone, to learn about them, to develop a relationship, however small it is, you know. And so we're going to build on that. And so I'm getting to know my neighbors. And what do you have that you could use as a tool to build community? Maybe you have a skill that you could use to help a neighbor. I don't know. I mean, do you have a lawnmower? Do you have an elderly neighbor that needs some help mowing their lawn? I mean, that's a good way to get to know your neighbor. Knock on the door and be like, hey, man, you need some help? I see you need help mowing the lawn, and, you know, I can mow your yard for you this week. Or, you know, it could be anything, really. Anything from babysitting to tutoring to helping out with yard work to, you know, hey, I see you need a little help with that. There's a guy in an apartment complex. I see that, you know, he's dressed nicely. He's obviously going to work. Looks like he had some kind of white-collar job. And he's under his car, and I'm talking to him like, hey, man, you have some car trouble? Because I know a lot of car trouble. I grew up pretty strapped for cash, so I know what it's like to drive a clunker. And he's like, yeah, man, I can't get started. I'm like, what's it doing? What kind of noise is it making? Because I'm pretty decent at getting a couple of things going on. And he tells me, and I'm like, you know what that sounds like? That sounds like a starter issue. I'll tell you what. If you want, I can help you out. I can just get like a screwdriver or a hammer or something. I can bang on the starter, and I might be able to get it going. So he gets in, we bang on the starter, and we get it going. And I'm like, hey, man, it started now. It may not start later, but you might want to get your starter checked out. Kind of told him what it was. And so, yeah, I met a neighbor that way. And, you know, I was just reaching out to help somebody, and we all have some kind of skill to be able to help out someone else. And, you know, we were designed to be people in community. Anyway, use what you got to build community, to go out there and help people, and you'll find that you'll develop some relationships just going out there and helping people. Anyway, just something I was thinking about as I was returning my neighbor's dog. Go out there, guys. Love God. Take care of your family. Go out and help someone. You might meet somebody today.